What's up? So this is an update video. I have been kind of getting some things together so that I could move on to the next phase. But I was doing the break-in rides, I guess you could call it. Kind of just rolling around, putting a few miles on it, making sure everything was straight. I was very happy about it because, again, like I said in the very beginning, it's my first time building an engine from bare block all the way up to running motor. So, actually being able to ride down the street without one of the cylinders going to meet the moon was pretty cool, and I was very happy about that. Engine definitely has a lot of power, and it's gonna get some more power. But I did have two issues actually, and nothing super huge, but two issues. And I wanted to address those issues before going to the next phase. So I actually got to the point where I was ready to kind of take the motor back out. So if you've been following along from the beginning, I had an oil pan issue previously. Tried quite a few oil pans. This is a Crown Victoria. Nobody really sells parts for the Crown Victoria. So when it was time to get an oil pan, I'm basically doing measurements, trying to see what fits, trying to see what doesn't have kickouts and all that different kind of stuff. So I finally found an oil pan. It's sitting over there that I think will work. This time basically just had to kind of call and get some more measurements just to try to make sure it would work. And then so changing out the oil pan, and I also had a small leak. I think it's actually coming from the dipstick area of the original oil pan that I had. So hopefully the new oil pan will fix that. But I also wanted to just make sure, get the oil pan that I need with the, so it has the windage and all that kind of stuff to keep the oil from coming back up and slowing the motor down. I know every little bit helps. But you can see that this one, I kind of took apart all the electronics, took off the EFI carb, so to speak. Took off all the accessories, so that is ready to go. Now this is actually going to help me out because I did need another oil pan for that motor over there, which I'll get to in just a second. But not only am I changing out the oil pan and kind of helping out with that leak, but I did have an issue that I caused. Just trying to see if the valves were a little loud in it. I tightened up the rockers, and I think I might have had one a little bit too tight for these Victor Jr. heads. So my cylinder number 1 was no longer getting full pressure, and I could feel it in the, I could tell. So basically, I believe that my exhaust valve may have been bent in the process when I did that. So I messed that up. It wasn't something on the engine. It was only happened after I changed everything, which, I messed up. Move on. But since I was basically going to have to take the heads off to repair that, I went ahead and put in my order for TrickFlow 240s. These Edelbrock heads are 210s. I'm going up to 240s. And then I changed the chamber size because I wanted a little bit more pressure, a little bit more. Oh my goodness, it's escaping me. But basically, I wanted my ratio to go up before I went on to the next phase. So I put my order in for the TrickFlow 240s. I'm gonna take the motor out so that I can swap the oil pan because I do have I guess you kind of call it just a little cross member that goes across, so I can't just take my oil pan off and on and everything without either lifting the motor up. And since I'm lifted up and I'm changing the heads and I want to check everything on the inside to kind of see how it's all been since I've been rolling around, put a couple hundred miles on the car, I want to check all that stuff before I really move on too. So since I was doing those things, I'm gonna just go ahead and take the motor out, check everything, swap my oil pan, make sure that small oil leak is taken care of, and then swap my heads too. So I figured I'd take the motor out to do all that. It just kind of make it a little bit easier to see everything. I don't have to work around all the wires and stuff like that. Make sure I don't move anything, bend anything, cut anything, or whatever. So it's a lot going on with the motor that I am kind of looking at. Then secondarily, like I said, getting on to the other motor over there, these heads can go on that motor once I replace the valve, which I already got the replacement for that. But once I replace the valve, then I can use these heads on that motor. I do believe that I am going to clean this one up because this motor is already built. Put some heads on it, put put the intake and the carb back on it, and the oil pan. I mean, it's a full motor. It's a long block. It's ready to go in. All you need is some accessories. So pretty much you can take what you got out, add a water pump. I'm gonna change the timing cover, and then after that it's gonna be all good. So it's a clean motor. It's a running motor. It was running when it came out. No issues. You can see the cam in there and everything is good. Cylinders, everything, all that's good. But I'm gonna clean it up. Make sure it looks nicer. And like I say, then I'll probably put that one up for sale too, or put it up for sale as a whole unit, as opposed to just the short. But we'll see how that goes. But anyway, just to make sure everything was straight, I want to clean it all up and everything, and then I got the other oil pan got to go back on there. But you can see I already got the engine stand, got the engine hoist, so I'm ready. I'm ready for this one to come out. A lot going on. If you check out the other videos, you can see it's not a tutorial, but at the same time it is some helpful information in there. I know a lot of times I've looked for stuff and wasn't able to find it, so you might be able to look on mine and find it too. And then the heads that are coming are going to be bare, so I'm gonna need to put those together. So that'll probably be another video of actually how to put together bare heads, all the stuff you need, and not just one of those 2-minute quick tips that kind of just where they keep going ahead in the video and not really showing you how to do it. So like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. Share it. Really share it. Sharing is good. Sharing is caring. But yeah, follow along, and sooner or later, call me out. Catch me outside and let's see what that's about. Box within the box has been cut open. Now, everybody gotta tape it up real good, nice and clean. Make sure it's shipped pretty well. Let me see those flaps cut. Okay, and you see them. Your boy Trick Flow. Okay, never mind. You just gotta come from over here. You see it. Trick Flow. Yeah, got the bag with the name on it. There we go. Trick Flow. Now also remember, these are bare heads because they don't make them the way I need them for my cam. So as you can see, CNC ported. They got these things ported all the way up in there, man. Golly. Man, got these things. Yeah. Ooh. Got these things, man. Looking through there. You can see all up in through there. Nice. 240s. Boy, these things look nice, boy. God, dog, boy, these things look nice. Head is off, and I definitely want to take that one off first because that's the number one piston or number one cylinder that I believe was giving me the issue. Just looking at it, you can't really tell anything. And then also, the burn pattern is partially due to the fact that my my injectors are big for what I'm currently running because I basically got everything for the next setup. So burn pattern, can't look too much at that right now, but I am looking at the cylinders. Cylinders look very good. Look like the rings are doing exactly what they should be doing, so I'm very happy about that. Like I said, the burn and everything, I'm not so happy about that, but it's nothing I can do because my setup is not complete. But that would just let me know to make sure that I don't, continue to run it too much. Now, this right here, if you see right there, it just kind of looks like it's been scratching right there. That kind of confirms what I was thinking, is that my exhaust valve on my number one cylinder inside the head was messed up. I tightened it too much. Remember I said I went a little bit overboard on the tightening, and I think that's what was kind of killing me. So I think I did kind of bend that cylinder, but maybe it's because I got such a deep dish piston. You can see it kind of only met the surface a few times. It did not necessarily go through the piston. So don't have to replace the piston, which is one good thing. And then two, I guess, my assumption of that valve being messed up was correct. I got the replacement valve there. I'll end up putting that in that cylinder before long, but cylinders look good, pistons okay, and the problem that I thought I had is exactly the problem I thought I had. So I'm kind of happy about that. Definitely gonna clean these up before I close it back up, but we'll get to that later.